YouTube? It's your boy again, Chris here. Back with some Chris Wrestling Reviews. Today you guys are going to be doing last night's WWE Monday Night Raw review. And it was a pretty good Raw, to say the least, and everything, you guys. But I'm going to start off with the opening part. Was the Hurt Business comes out. Bobby Lashley kind of puts, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander on Front Street. And basically what I mean by that is by Bobby Lashley, WWE champion Bobby Lashley points out that that they lost and that they couldn't get the job done of taking out Drew McIntyre. And that's when the Hurt Business ends up, might as well say breaking up the group. So basically there's really no more Hurt Business. So only people that are there is Bobby Lashley and of course MVP. So yeah, you guys. So with that, I mean, Shelton was like real heated. Cedric was real heated, and so they kind of had a match later on the night, and we'll get to that a little bit later. All right, the first match, you guys, which was Matt Riddle versus Sheamus. So basically the highlights of this match, Riddle does, the little, when he stands on, he stands on the ring apron and the person is right on the outside and he goes for that real strong kick to the mouth type thing or whatever. He ended up doing that. And after then, you guys, he ends up hitting the Broton, but Sheamus ends up kicking out. Sheamus hit white noise on the outside on the ring apron, and bam! I was like, how did Matt Riddle kick out of that? And then so after then, Sheamus then hits a hard knee strike, because that's when Sheamus so Matt Riddle, his head was like down, and then Sheamus goes and hits him like with a hard knee. I'm talking about this was a patented knee strike. Dude, these two guys are great. I gave that match a 4, simply because Riddle and Sheamus really did put on a great match, you guys, to say the least, because this was actually the best match of the night, because I didn't know Riddle would get that intense. And when Sheamus won, Riddle was really, really heated, you guys, and you can see the expression on his face. If you go back and watch Raw here on YouTube.com, I'm gonna put the link down below in the description, so you guys can all check that match out as well. So I mean, Riddle was very, very heated, and I never seen Riddle like that before. We always see Riddle as like, oh, hey, bro, I got a scooter, bro, and we can call this bro. But Riddle definitely has a very side to him, and Riddle definitely deserves to be where he is right now. So like I said, I gave that match a 4. We will possibly see these two superstars compete at WrestleMania. So it could be, like I said, possibly Matt Riddle versus Sheamus for the United States Championship on WrestleMania. I'll say on night 2. All right, so let's go on to the next thing, you guys, which was Jackson Ryker versus Braun Strowman. They basically had some, I don't want to talk about that segment that they had with Ryker, Ryker, Elias, and Sheamus. Man, I really don't want to talk about that, but I'm just going to talk about the match. It was a terrible match, to say the least, you guys. I only can give this match a 1.3. It was Sheamus versus Jackson Ryker. Braun Strowman wins with the running side slam. So, like I said, Braun Strowman basically decimated the match. It wasn't even a match, really. It was just like it wasn't really a match. I can't really describe what in the world was that. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and go on to the next thing, guys. There was an in-ring promo with John Morrison and The Miz. Miz talked about he's going to be defeating Bad Bunny at WrestleMania, and how Bad Bunny done won Grammys and all that other stuff and all that stuff and so on and so forth. Then there was the premiere of John Morrison's and The Miz hit song "Hey Hey Hop Hop," and it was a pretty cool song. But to get back at Bad Bunny, with that song, I mean, they kind of wrote it pretty good, you guys. To say the least, the way how the graphics and how the music thing look pretty cool. So anyway, so let me go ahead and tell you guys, Damian Priest and Bad Bunny comes out. Bad Bunny said he's going to make The Miz his B word, which I can't say on YouTube because I do not want to get demonetized or get flagged. But you know what I mean. And he's gonna beat him at WrestleMania. Of course, Bad Bunny like Damian Priest comes up and stands in front of Bad Bunny and The Miz as because basically Bad Bunny said something and Damian Priest had to translate, and Miz was like, "What did he say? What did he say?" And so basically that's when Damian Priest told The Miz what Bad Bunny said. So yeah, it was crazy, you guys. So after then, you guys, the third match comes up where I mentioned earlier, it was Bobby Lashley versus Shelton Benjamin, you guys. Bobby Lashley wins with the hurt lock on Shelton Benjamin. I give that match a 2. All right, let's go on to the next thing. There was a promo with AJ Styles and New Day with some kind of little charade game type thing, and all that. And then Omos was very intense. He was saying that he was like, "This is not time for games. I'm ready to win, those tag team championships." And then after then, there was a match with Xavier Woods versus AJ Styles. That match right there, I give it a 3 because those two competitors did put a great show on, you guys. I have to say the least. All right, let's go on to the next thing, you guys. A backstage thing with Drew. McIntyre goes into the WWE locker room, challenge anyone in there, push around a couple of people. I remember it was Humberto Carrillo, and then I think it was, I can't remember the other guy, but he was digging for something, and then Drew McIntyre like, you digging for a phone? You trying to send out a tweet on Twitter to get something trending? That's what we do nowadays, and so on and so forth. And then after then, Ricochet steps up and challenges Drew McIntyre to a match tonight, last night on Raw. All right, so the fourth match was Naomi versus Shayna Baszler. Reggie tries to push Naomi off the top rope. Lana tries to catch his leg, and then that's when Nia Jax comes up, lifts up Lana, try to put her through the table, but Lana jumps off of Nia Jax and pushes her, I believe it was, into Mandy Rose. And then that's when Dana Brooke comes up and try to get Lana, and that's when Shayna Baszler try to reaches over, and then it was a roll up Naomi ends up rolling up Shayna Baszler for the win. I give that match a 2.8. It was a lot going on in the ring, but it's great to see Naomi back into the WWE ring. All right, let's go into the next match, you guys, which was Drew versus Ricochet, as I mentioned before when they were in the locker room. So Drew McIntyre ends up winning with the Claymore. It was a good, it was pretty good, I have to say the least. I give this match a 3 simply because Ricochet, he proved himself just a little bit that he wants to be at the top. All right, the sixth match, you guys, which was Drew versus Mustafa Ali. Glasgow Kiss headbutt by Drew McIntyre in midair. Then Ali get hit with a Claymore. Drew, is waiting and said he wants Lashley because he done beat everyone, but and so with that match, I give it a 1.7% because we already knew that Drew McIntyre was gonna win. All right, last but not least, you guys, the last thing that happened on Raw last night, which was Lashley comes out of course, and then out of nowhere, there was someone just blindside um, uh, attack Drew McIntyre, and it was uh, King Corbin from SmackDown. You know, that actually surprised me. I thought it was going to be Brock Lesnar because I know in my last video, you guys, I said it could be Brock, you know, it could have been Brock Lesnar that could have returned to Raw because of how Drew McIntyre said that he beat Brock Lesnar within 5 seconds, 7 seconds, or whatever. And then, you know, giving back to him from last year's WrestleMania. And then how there have been rumors going around that was going to be Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But look, you know, we just gonna have to see if next week Raw, which is gonna be pre-recorded, you guys. Next week Raw and SmackDown is gonna be pre-recorded, so I just want to let you all know that. All right, so let me go ahead and tell you what happened in here. King Corbin lays waste to Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre goes for the Claymore as he hits the deep six. Lashley puts in the hurt lock three times, you guys, on Lashley. on Drew McIntyre until he passes out. And then, you know, wonder where this is going to lead to next. So, my rating of a 1 out of 10 for Raw last night, you guys, I have to give it a 7.4, to say the least. It was not a good Raw. It was an okay kind of Raw like that. But, you know, just going to have to see what's going to happen on the pre-recorded Raws on next week. Also, you guys, make sure y'all check out my WrestleMania prediction video that's going to be coming up pretty soon. If you all want to know a date, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. I'm gonna schedule it, you guys, so make sure you look for that as well. Thank you all for watching Chris Wrestling Views. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. If you have, make sure you click that notification bell. And at the end of this video, you're definitely going to see my little notification bell where you can click the wall, so you can go ahead and click subscribe and you see my bell at the end. Thank you all for watching Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com.